do that? Like how you put letters like that on the post? That's what I want.
I'll show you. I'll show you real quick. What's going on, everybody? Sasha, your market expert here in Charlotte, here with Juan from Loan Depot.
What's going on? What's going on?
We'll get some people. You've done lives on TikTok.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you know you gotta wait for some people to hop on. Hopefully they'll.
But then they'll be able to see this later, right?
Yeah. So what I do after we get done, I'll post it.
Yeah.
And then if
Where do
you
you
want,
post it?
you can on YouTube.
Nice.
So we'll see. I might take a couple questions, crop them down, and
Yeah.
repost them and stuff like
Hey,
that.
we're
But-
here. We're gonna answer any questions you might have regarding the loan process, the real estate market here in Charlotte. Q&A, whatever you want to ask. Today is the day.
Yup, there we go. Let me see if I can even find
That's
this
good coffee.
cell phone here. Is it? Which one did you pour?
I don't know. It's really good coffee, man. Fancy good coffee.
All right. But dude, I can't believe this is the first time we met.
That's crazy,
We've
right?
been working together for about a year and a half.
The whole pandemic last year was just, you had no time to do anything.
It's nuts, dude.
It was
It's
nuts.
nuts.
I was this close to like, oh my God, this is insane.
All right. Here we go. And I go on here, and that way I can read the questions as soon as we get some people coming in.
Oh, you're connected to that. That's awesome, man.
No, I just pull it up on YouTube. So that way, that way
Oh,
we'll see some questions pop up on here, and then I see, because they disappear. I still don't know how to work it
So how many
in the
followers
phone.
you got now?
2,160. Yeah. We got one person on. Can you hear me okay? Whoever's there watching, so you don't.
This is one person. We good.
Yeah, you don't know who's watching. Oh, we got 3 people on.
There you go.
Hey, guys, any questions? This is Juan from Loan Depot. He's a lender that I work a lot with. So any questions about lending at all, feel free to hop on, okay?
Please do.
Any questions you have whatsoever. Investment property, anything. Primary residence, moving out of state, down payment, anything.
That's the most common. A lot of people move into Charlotte because Charlotte, it's a growing city, you know? So we have a lot of clients moving from New York. A lot of people from New York moving to North Carolina. Taxes are cheaper. School systems are great.
Which state do you see the most people moving from? New York?
Yeah, and not only, because we have worked with a couple of people from New York.
Of course, yeah.
But
New
we
York,
got
New
another
Jersey.
agents too that a lot of people from New Jersey, New Jersey,
It's the taxes over there.
Connecticut. It's
Okay.
taxes.
I work with one
That's what
person
it is.
from Connecticut. Before, for me, it's New York, New Jersey, California, and Florida. I don't know why those 4, but those are the ones where I get most.
I
And then
couldn't believe it. The taxes in New York, when somebody told me what they pay for taxes there, it's insane.
it's nuts, man. They pay. They pay obviously depending on the price of the house, $10,000-$15,000 a year in property taxes. And they come here and they go from paying that to paying,
2,000,
3,000,
yeah.
4,000, and getting a, crazy nice house or whatever the case is. It's nuts.
We got 2 people. Hey, if you can hear us, please give us a thumbs up or something. Let us know if you have any
please
questions.
do.
Please,
Any
please.
questions, guys, whatsoever?
Anything about down payment, the process of buying a house, first-time home buyers, if you want to buy a second home, investment property, vacation home. North Carolina is a state, it's booming, so, we're here to help.
Even down payment assistance, even
Yeah.
though right now it's very tough with the down payment assistance, but if you have some questions
So
about
how-
it or have heard about it, they still have some programs running. So if you have a question about that, go ahead and fire off. Yeah, man, you know what's interesting? Because a lot of people from California watch, and over there it's 3:30. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
Well,
we'll
yeah.
get some people on here soon.
Well, that's fine. Yeah, no, this is a great way to reach out to people, man.
No, it sucks. I mean, it'll get views, you know what I mean? But it's not as like some other videos are. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is that the new phone?
Yeah, I just got that.
It looks new.
Yeah, I love it, man.
You like it?
I had an Android
Oh,
before.
that camera is insane.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Oh, so you switched from Droid to Apple? Oh,
You know-
you're one of those?
You know why? I had 2 clients in the last 3-4 months, and we were Google Duoing. I was doing virtual tours,
Yeah,
and one froze, and my client's wife was like, why doesn't Sasha have an iPhone? He's supposed to be like a business guy. And then when it cut back on, I was like, hey, I heard that, and then she's like, I don't take it back. You need an iPhone.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, two
No,
people told
I
me
got my Droid, man. I don't think I can switch to iPhone.
it's super easy, man.
I don't think I can do it.
I love Droid though.
The Droid, I got a Samsung Note, man, and the camera's
Is that the Note 20? That's the newest one, right?
Yeah.
Note 20.
The camera's unbelievable.
It's nuts.
But I heard this camera is like probably the nicest thing.
Man, they're all about the same now.
It's still the same thing. It's just a camera, placement. They just change it. That's all they did.
So I use this. I have a GoPro, and I have another Canon camera that I use for like videos and stuff.
Nice.
So it all depends.
Guys, if you live in another state
Yes.
other than North Carolina and your job is considered remotely, meaning that you can either work from home, you can still buy here as a primary home with as little as 30% down payment.
So
That's crazy.
So for instance, if I bought a new home, do I still get 3% or 3.5% down?
3% for conventional, 3.5% for FHA.
Okay.
FHAs are loans for first-time home buyers, where maybe if you feel that your credit score is below 680, you can do an FHA loan. We can do an FHA loan with as low as a 580 credit score. And right now, listen to this. This is crazy because now the pandemic is over. We used to do it before the pandemic. We went back to it, but now I'm doing an FHA loan. 565 credit score.
565.
Well, listen, but the guy's putting 20% down payment, and it works. It's approved. Now you can do a loan. You can do an FHA loan with 530 credit score if you have your own funds and money, no gift. You cannot do a loan with FHA.
And then somebody transfers you
But if you have a solid job stability, over 2 years in the same job, happens that you just have a crappy credit score, but you have the money, 20% down payment, you can do an FHA loan.
That's insane. The lowest loan that I've seen is like 620, 630 for credit score wise.
No, man, we're doing around right now for 567, 565.
That's nuts. That is nuts. Hey guys, drop some questions down if you can hear me and all that good stuff, so we can kind of get started. We want to have Juan to have a good debut, so he can come on every couple months.
Dude, I'll come here anytime you want, man.
Yeah, man. It's
We closed a couple of loans already, man.
Yeah. We did.
How is the Lakers brother doing? Good.
Yeah, he's gonna be looking in. He found a house in Elgin, South Carolina, but he submitted an offer with this agent that I have down there. It didn't get accepted, but he's gonna be looking more in there, man.
Your license is up there?
You say what?
Are your license up there?
It's an hour and 45 minutes away.
Oh, the hell.
Yeah, I can't do that. I was gonna go see the house and everything. I'm like, man, 2 hours. No, I just can't. So I found somebody that knows the area very well, and so now we're gonna work together. If we happen to find something in Charlotte, I'll do it. If we find something that's over in that area, she's
growing. Charlotte is growing. I'm telling you, 5 years ago, man, this was not like this.
It's nuts now.
It's nuts what's happening.
How long have you lived in Charlotte now?
25 years.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. What about you?
8 in November.
Where do you guys move from?
Cleveland, Ohio.
You're from Cleveland? What?
Yeah, man.
Wow, man. What were you doing there?
Just ended up there, man. But now
You were born and raised in Cleveland?
No, Bosnia.
Oh, you were born in Bosnia?
Yeah.
No way.
I was born in Bosnia. It was during the war, so when I was like a week old, we moved to Germany. So I lived in Germany for 7 years, and then we came to the States.
Do you speak any other
Yeah,
language?
I'm fluent.
On
I'm
what?
fluent in Bosnian.
You do? Your parents speak?
If Bosnian, Croatian, Serbian, it's like the same language. Yeah. The only thing that it all used to be Yugoslavia, and then the war split us up. So that's what happened.
Crazy, man.
25 years though for you.
That's insane. I'm 41, man. I'll be 42.
That's what's crazy. You look so young, dude.
It's Hispanic genes. brown don't crack. Yeah, 25 years, man. That's crazy. Hey, land of the opportunity, right? Well, that's why we all come here.
Hell yeah.
Definitely make it here.
We'll have some people hop on, I'm sure, because I've been here 8 years, you've been here 25 years, so you can tell people what the changes that you've seen. I tell people all the time, I'm like, I see a tremendous amount of change in the 8 years that I've been here, let alone people that have been here 15, 20, plus years. It's ridiculous.
There's rooftop popping up everywhere in Charlotte now.
Is
That's the
there?
whole deal.
Yeah. You lived in Huntersville? How long in Huntersville?
Yeah, I've always been around the Lake Norman area, man. Cornelius and Huntersville.
How'd you end up over there though?
My mom.
What made her kind of choose that area, you would say?
Well, it's like typical immigrant story, man. Just like, your parents. I mean, Colombia thing, you guys had the war, but then we had the whole drug years.
Of course, yeah.
Escobar years over there in Colombia. I lived right in the neighborhood that he lived. And it was just rough. So we made the decision, like, my mom said, I gotta go. So my mom left first, worked really hard, landed in Miami, worked in a couple restaurants, met some people who lived in Charlotte at the time, and actually Cornelius.
Wow.
I said, hey, just come here. This is literally new. Everything here is new. She came here, man, and 3 months later, me and my sister came here and went to school, and made it happen, man.
That's
Then
insane.
save enough money to bring my other two sisters, my dad, and everybody. Now everybody's married, have kids. Yeah.
Like you said, the land of opportunity.
The land of opportunity, man. You can't complain about it. You can make it here, man. Anybody can make it.
Of course.
7 people?
7 people. Come on, guys. Bring us some questions.
Any questions about the buying process?
If you didn't watch the beginning of it, which you did, you just logged on now. This is Juan from Loan Depot, so he's a lender that I work with. Any lending questions whatsoever you have, now's the time.
What's the inventory right now in Charlotte like?
Rough. I mean, still 0.8 months of inventory.
Oh, it's still under a month?
It's rough, dude. It's rough. There's a lot of coming soon listings right now. So stuff is coming to the market, and depending on what neighborhood, depending on the house itself, obviously, some places you have multiple offers and others you don't.
Are you seeing more leases coming into the market now?
Yeah. I feel like I am. Yeah. Before I would like search an area for somebody, and there would be like 1 or 2 coming soons. But now when I log, it's like 5, 6, 7, plus, which is a good thing. Because before, I mean, you had to kind of wait a little bit.
Do you see a big difference on? It's such a huge difference because everybody talks about Mecklenburg taxes. And then 4 mil York, South Carolina taxes. Is it that big of a difference?
No.
For you to say, hey, yeah, taxes in South Carolina are cheaper?
No. If you had kind of if you had 2 of the same properties or something.
Yeah, similar properties?
Similar properties, you would not choose South Carolina over North Carolina just because of the taxes. You'll save something, you know what I mean? But it's not going to be a change. You're not going to save $2,000-$3,000. You're going to be saving a couple $100
A
bucks.
couple
maybe.
$100.
So it's not worth it.
What about Cabarrus in Union County?
So Cabarrus in Union County, cheaper taxes, but I don't think it would deter somebody from buying somewhere else.
Yeah.
They're all gonna go up eventually, man. You know how it is. The taxes here are ridiculously cheap.
They're gonna go why? We got a question.
There we go. Okay. Meet the press. Why are rent prices going up so much when people clearly are having money issues?
That's a great question, man.
So I'll give you my quick answer. I mean, it's just the influx of people right now, and same thing with the rental market, as is, the real estate market for buying homes. Is just not enough rentals to go around. So right now what I'm seeing is, like, if a rental goes up, obviously the neighborhood and the house has a lot to do with it. But when a rental goes up, people are getting 2, 3, 4, 5 applications as soon as a house is listed. What do you think about it?
I think that's a great answer, but also the amount of people moving to Charlotte. Mm-hmm. And if we're really talking specifically about Charlotte, but there was some article about how many people are moving to Charlotte on a daily basis. 156 people a day move here, and that's not 156 people move here daily. This was 6 months ago, a year ago, that I heard that statistic. I can only imagine what it is right now, and it's kind of like the same as. I compare rent, the landlords. I compare them to the sellers nowadays. Anytime you have sellers and listing agents, they know they have the upper hand. And they're asking for way more than maybe the house's value. Same on the landlord side. They know that there's a limited amount of rental units, so they're jacking up prices, man. Yeah.
And listen, honestly, I mean, this is going on everywhere. New York right now, they were in a slump during COVID. Rental prices went down, but now New York's back on top for the most expensive rent. And they beat out San Francisco and all that stuff.
But you still get a cheaper mortgage.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
still get a house with a cheaper mortgage.
Yeah.
Yo, Sasha,
Zach, what's up, man? I'm glad you joined. I texted him earlier. He currently lives in Arizona. He's gonna be coming down
Nice.
towards the end of the year, coming in a couple months.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna rent for a little bit, scope out some areas, and then we'll get him
Zach, it's
taken
too
care
hot
of.
over there, man. Move over here.
Zach, what's the tell me what the temperature is over there right now. I'm curious.
200 degrees.
Yeah. No, it's not. I can't imagine. People tell me
James Pond.
James, what's up? the funniest thing, man, it's 97 degrees Fahrenheit this
That's
week.
not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad.
And there you go, James. Hello from Lock City, New York. Lock City. Are you guys back on lockdown?
Lock City, no.
I hope not like Canada and Australia, man. That's a nightmare.
I really don't want to. Where I really don't want to buy, but rent is getting so high. I feel like that would be a cheaper option.
Yeah, all right, so Meet the Press says, I'm in a situation where I don't really want to buy, but rent is getting so high, I feel like that will be a cheaper option. Go ahead, take it over.
I just said it is still a cheaper option. And I feel you. I mean, rent right now is ridiculous. I mean, I think last time I was checking the news here in local Charlotte news, within Charlotte area, a 2-bedroom apartment, it's already $2,200, man. That's a 2-bedroom. If you pay rent over $1,800 a month, $1,800 rent to a $2,200 rent, we're talking about you can buy a $360,000 home and probably pay less than that. But now you have your own home, 3 or 4 bedrooms, and maybe even a brand new home, right? You can still buy new construction on the 360s, 370s.
It's tough.
It's tough, but
you'll have to be closer to 400, and even at that,
But
you'll still
you're still below your rent.
But another thing, I mean, it all depends on your situation too, because if you're buying a house, obviously you need a down payment, so you're looking at 3.5%, and then things like that. As far as renting, you'll need first month's rent, last month's rent, and the deposit. So
Yeah.
it just depends,
But again, think about it. You buy your first home. What happened to me? I bought a home last year, a cheap home, and it was an investment. I have a tenant. I'll give you the best example. It's about 8 minutes from uptown Charlotte. My mortgage is $1,100. My tenant pays me $1,500. But I bought a house for $205, and it was just a price for $255. You're not gonna have that. You can rent an apartment for 3 years and you're just throwing money away when you can buy a house a year, 2 years later. You have enough equity to cash out some money and pay debt, pay credit cards, pay your car loans, student loans. I mean, it's once you have a home, I believe that the possibilities are for you to become, financially free or invest that money. It's just, you can do so much,
That's what I'm seeing right now, man. I worked with like a lot of first responders and stuff, and man, like bought a house 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and now they have over 100,000 in equity.
Yeah.
And I tell people this when they ask me something like, I used to be a paramedic, so I know what they get paid. For me to save $100,000 would have taken me 15 years or something, like something ridiculous. But because of that real estate, they were able to make it happen. Let me see where we are.
Got some questions.
Boom, super. Let me see. Oh yeah, James said we're required to show passport. Yeah, passport. Please answer this. EC, I haven't spent much time in Charlotte. How is the infrastructure in Charlotte? Are they building roads that can handle the amount of traffic? How are bike trails, bike lanes, public transit? So that's a really good question. If you watch my other videos, I talk about infrastructure a lot. So because Charlotte's such a new city, it's not like a Boston, a DC. They can't expand roads because there's nowhere to go. Charlotte, there's still a lot of land, and they're expanding highways. They're making more transit. And they're already, they have their master plan for 2040. And they're taking into account the population that's moving here and, all that other stuff. So they're doing an extremely good job with that. And Really quick, I want to mention, so guys, you guys know I live right by Matthews, right on the border of Matthews. Juan actually lives in Huntersville.
Yeah.
A bunch of you guys asked me about Huntersville, Mooresville, Lake Norman. Anybody that has questions about that area, he's going to know it. He's been living there for 25 years now. So feel free to ask him anything about those areas. Like I said, he's going to know what it's actually like living there better than I am, since I've never lived there.
So to answer the same question, so we got, I mean, I'm not exaggerating, in the Huntersville area, and I believe all over Charlotte, but around the Lake Norman area where I live in Huntersville, Cornelius, that's the Lake Norman area, Mooresville, tons of trails, parks on the lake, tons of entertainment. Did you know that, I couldn't believe this, but Charlotte is the #1 city in the country with the most breweries now. There's
insane.
so many breweries.
I'm not surprised though. Every week I feel
There's
like
a new brewery
brewery's
every
out.
week.
Yeah, yeah.
There's breweries everywhere, guys. There's tons of stuff to do here. And now with the expansion of Major League Soccer, now we have our own soccer team, Charlotte soccer team.
Yeah.
New stadium, new location. I mean, it's just growing, guys.
Which they should start playing spring or fall of 2022. They were supposed to do it this year, but unfortunately,
next year. What's going on here?
nothing. So James said, "Where in Charlotte have the best high-speed internet?" James, listen, that's a tough question, man. There's
That's based on the
yeah, it's just based on everything. I know I know AT&T fiber's going in a lot of places.
I got a fiber.
And I heard that stuff is amazing.
It works great in the house, man. Yeah.
So we'll see. All right, so Zach Echo, can I keep my down payment in stocks during pre-approval and sell when my offer is accepted, or even until closing? That's a good question, Zach.
Yeah, that's a great question, and we actually run into this. So if you have stock, anything that's stock, savings account, 401ks, yes, you can use it. You can move the money once you're under contract. I wouldn't suggest you moving it, right before closing. My advice is always to have it at least 2 weeks before closing. Just because, remember, your loan has to go through the final approval with underwriting, and the underwriter has to see that the money is being liquidated. It's actually in your account. So you don't want to wait until last minute, because you're not going to get a clear to close if we cannot show that that you have the money on your actually accounts.
So Zach, at least 2 weeks before closing, you want to liquidate that so they can see that you got it in your checking account and you're ready to go.
That's it.
But perfect.
Sell that crypto, man. Yeah, crypto. I got crypto, man.
Do you?
Oh yeah, I love that stuff, man.
That stuff makes me nervous.
Yeah. XRP.
Let's see, okay. I'm sorry, I do not know how to pronounce it. Hello, just found out that we will be relocating to the Charlotte area at the beginning of next year from St. Louis.
Welcome.
We don't know the area at all and are having trouble finding an apartment.
Yeah.
So number one, make sure to check out my YouTube channel, because I got a bunch of areas on there.
Yeah.
But let me ask you, are you relocating here for a job? Or do you work from home? Or do you need to be within 10, 15, 20 minutes of that job? Based on if you could tell us that, we can kind of maybe recommend a couple areas for you.
Hello from Louisiana.
Hello from Louisiana. What are some need to know things as a first time home buyer, and what areas have the best school districts, most diversity, and family friendly? So I'll tell you, that's a loaded question. Juan,
I'll answer the first part of it.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the first part of it, that's a great question, Earth Angel. So a couple of things you want to keep in mind. If you're moving to Charlotte, as we mentioned earlier in this video where we're just chit-chatting before all of you guys got on, if your job is considered remotely, meaning that your job can write you a letter saying that you can actually work from home, you can buy in Charlotte or anywhere in North Carolina as a primary home with as little as 3% down payment if it's a conventional loan, or 3.5% down payment if it's an FHA loan. Or if your job is not remotely, but you just move in here because you got a brand new job, as long as you got that job offer letter, you can still buy as a primary home. If not, very important, if you still live in another state and work in another state, you can still buy a house here, but it's gonna be considered second home with 10% down payment. And now you're gonna have to show that you make enough money to prove that you can still pay rent there. and a mortgage here, right? So that's why it's important for you to actually have something lined up here first, or make sure your job is actually considered remotely. And you just need to have 2 years worth of employment history, have your money saved for the down payment and closing costs, and a decent credit. Again, when I say decent credit, we can do loans with 580 and above credit scores. We can do below that if you have enough money to put down like 10 to 20% down payment. If you have really bad credit, like 560, we can still do it, but you're gonna have to put a lot more money to make it work. If you have more questions, please feel free to give me a call. Phone number is 704-449-3461.
Let me add to that. What's the least amount of work history you need to get approved? Does it have to be 2 years, or could it be a year and a half?
Yeah, so that's a good question. FHA loans, for example, are very picky. You do have to have 2 years of continuous. FHAs are government loans. They're really picky about it in every single way. So you gotta have 2 years. But when it comes to conventional loans, you might get away with a year to a year and a half, as long as you can prove that maybe the only reason you didn't work before was because of COVID, which everybody did, maternity leave, or maybe you were a homemaker just taking care of your kids and then you decided to go back into the workforce. But again, to get into a conventional loan, now you're looking into the credit scores of the 680s and above.
Yeah.
Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac will make exceptions. FHA, no, you definitely have to have those 2 years.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. In regards to the school districts and all that stuff, so honestly, it's all going to be spread out through Charlotte. If you go on Google and just type in best schools in Charlotte, you'll see all of them pop up. Now, the good thing that I noticed about Charlotte that I didn't notice, back in Ohio, there's a ton of like charter schools and academy schools and things.
Yep.
So what a lot of people do is if they like a certain area, but the school isn't, it's not a 7, 8, 9, 10, they'll look into charter schools and things like that to get into. Do you know if charter schools are like super expensive, like private schools, or are they?
My son used to be in a private school, man, and it wasn't that bad, man. I actually moved him to a public because he wanted to play football.
Okay.
But it was great, man. And there was another question about diversity, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you, well, that was
same,
most diversity in family. Hey, Charlotte it's becoming a melting pot, man. I mean, we got all kind of people here, man, and everybody's welcome, man. I don't know. I'm Hispanic, I'm Colombian myself. Huge Colombian community, huge Mexican, Ecuadorian. There's a big Russian community here.
Yeah, there is.
Ethiopian community here, Indian community here. It's huge. So,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody here is welcome, and you'll see that in Charlotte nowadays, man. 10, 20 years ago, a little bit of everything, but now it's people from everywhere.
I agree. Let's see.
Which area has the fewest liberals?
Who said that? I guess stay away from Uptown Charlotte.
Yes.
Oh man. Let's see. Zach cashed out big on crypto, bought up in 2012, got out.
You should have kept
17.
it. You should have kept it.
Yeah,
man.
what do they say? Hodl, HODL.
Hold it, man.
Yeah.
Hold the crypto is for you to hold it, man. I'll hold it.
All right, let's see. Sophia, I'm from New York. I want to move there in 1 year. I don't know the areas in Charlotte. I'll be coming down in November to check it out and decide where I want to live. Can you help me?
Yeah.
Sophia, of course, reach out to me. All my contact information is going to be down below. I'm also going to link Juan's information, his email, his phone number. So you'll be free to reach out to him. I connect a ton of people with him, and he's used to working with people out of state. But yeah, reach out to me, shoot me an email. We can definitely meet up, check out some areas if you like, and kind of go from there. That won't be a problem.
Guys, this is beautiful. Charlotte is a beautiful city. It's new. It's just growing. A lot of big tech companies are moving here. I tell people, location, man, we have Lake Norman, literally the area where I live. Beautiful lake. In summertime, you can beat it. You cannot beat Lake Norman. 25 minutes from here. Lake Wiley, another 25 minutes, if that. And then if you want to make a trip to the mountains, Asheville, North Carolina, boom, 2.5 hours. And if
Boone is like an hour and a half. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you want to go to the beach, Charleston, South Carolina, 3 hours from here. Myrtle Beach, 3 hours from here. I mean, it's you can beat it. Location is everything here, man.
I tell people all the time, and I have friends, in Ohio and Cleveland, there's Lake Erie, so it's, there's a large body of water over there.
Lot,
and they always say like, oh, well, Charlotte's landlocked. You know what I mean? You guys don't have a body of water. Yeah, Lake Norman, Lake Wiley. Go there on Memorial Day or something crazy like that. You'll see an insane amount of boats, people tubing, having an amazing time, and you would not even, you would never say that, Charlotte or the surrounding areas are landlocked.
Yeah.
At all. This is funny, man. The liberal one. And I do not know how to. I'm sorry, I really do not know how to pronounce your name. Relocating. So husband's job, this is the question we had earlier. Like to stay, so Spectrum would like to stay in the area. Job is located near York Mount neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
Is that in Charlotte or is that going to be?
York, it's
I don't know if it's South Carolina.
It's not York. It's not South Carolina. We are looking for my husband's job at Spectrum. We look to stay in the area. The job is located near York.
York Mount neighborhood.
Yeah, I think that's. I forgot. I seen that street somewhere. But hey, again, we answered this question. If your husband's job is considered remotely or he just relocated to work with Spectrum, as long as he has a job offer with when he starts, what his salary is going to be, you guys can buy a house here with, again, as little as 3% down payment. I mean, we're here to help. You can get pre-approved with us, and then Sasha can start showing you homes like this right away.
Yeah, we'll reach out to me, send me an email, or even call me sometime this weekend if you want to go over some. I honestly don't know where the York Mount neighborhood is.
I have it on the tip of my.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Zach, how does due diligence work in North Carolina?
That's a good question.
Man, so that's
Is that the one you get back? I always get confused.
No, that's the one. It's a fee basically.
Okay.
So Zach, the due diligence, it's called a due diligence fee. So once you put an offer on a house and once that offer is accepted, whatever you decided to put down for due diligence, you write a check to the sellers. If you decide in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, like, hey, never mind, I don't want this house, the seller keeps that money, and that money is non-refundable.
So that's the one you.
So that's the non-refundable.
Even
one.
after the 14-day period? I mean, you.
So you can put whatever the due diligence period is in the contract.
But anything before that period, you can get it back?
Yeah, before the due diligence period, if you get your earnest money back. If you wait till after it, you don't get it back.
So you never get the due diligence regardless of the
you'll never get the due diligence back unless the seller breaches the contract.
Gotcha.
Which is not often, but it does happen.
It does.
But as long as you still buy the house and you still go through with everything, that due diligence goes towards your down payment and your closing costs. And if, for example, your due diligence is higher than your down payment and closing costs, which isn't often, you get the difference back when the attorney writes you a check at closing.
Gotcha.
I'll explain it to you a lot better, man, once you come down for sure. Let's see. Thanks so much for answering, guys. I'll be reaching out. Earth Angel, of course, not a problem.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, Adam, thoughts on Clover, South Carolina area, work in the city, but want some land and privacy. I mean, if you want land and privacy, you can definitely find it in Clover. As far as, area, things to do, I honestly don't know too much about it over there. But Clover, Indian land, sometimes when you type it in, doesn't Clover pop up? Because they're in Clover's district.
Yeah.
So you're close to Indian land, but yeah, I mean, if you're looking for privacy and land, that's a good area to be at, for sure. Do you know anything about Clover?
No, not a lot.
Not too much.
But it's not far from, again, everything is here. So location is great here. So, Clover, Gastonia, anything outside of Charlotte, you're still within 20-30 minute drive.
Exactly. Russell Adams, hello Sasha, I'm visiting Charlotte this weekend. Charlotte is a great city. I live in Atlanta.
ATL.
Russell, man, I hear that Charlotte gets compared to Atlanta a lot. Like Atlanta's little sister.
Like a growing Atlanta. Yeah.
So we'll see. I know your guys' traffic is horrible, which unfortunately we will probably get to that level too.
Yeah.
The way it's going, but I don't know when 10, 15, 20 years, we'll see. The light rail I'm very excited about as long as everything
Oh,
gets
they said,
approved.
yeah. You guys
So,
like the light rail.
yeah.
I love that stuff.
So that'll be good.
What are put it? What are people putting down as a DD money? Well, that's for you, man.
So right now, there's no set amount. You can put 0 down, but obviously a seller's not going to accept your offer at 0. Right now, what we're seeing is like 1.5% to 3% of the purchase price as your due diligence payment. You can go lower, you can go higher, whatever the case is. For example, if a house hits the market tomorrow and you go after it, you're going to want your due diligence to be
strong,
extremely strong in what you feel comfortable doing. You know what I mean? But it all just depends. If a house is sitting on the market for a month, you can go in a lot lower. You know, you can go in at $500 and maybe still get your offer accepted.
And I think just to piggyback to that, man, I think because a lot of people are afraid of losing that money, and I get it. It could be a lot of money. There's people putting down 5, 10, 15,000. We're seeing it as high as 20.
Yeah.
But one of the most important things for you to have that peace of mind that you're not going to lose that money is to make sure that your lender has fully pre-approved you. That way you don't run into that, you go for sure, you go for the kill. You're going to get that house and you don't have to be worried about losing $5, $10, $15,000. When you know you've been fully pre-approved by your lender, then you shouldn't be worried about anything like that.
So how long does it typically take to get fully pre-approved, and what do we need? What do they need to bring
and
you?
that's a great question, man, because you can get either a pre-qualification or a pre-approval, 2 different things. But as long as you submit your W-2s, your pay stubs, photo ID, and your bank statements, those 4 documents, we send that to an underwriter. Let's say I'll send it to an underwriter today at 10 a.m. or tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'll have an answer next day from an underwriter who actually already looked at your stuff and say, hey, this guy is good to go, it's fully pre-approved. Now, you're almost, I would say you're 30% into the loan process, because as long as you get under a contract, you're already pre-approved. All we need to do is order appraisal, title, and should be good to go.
And guys, one thing that I often see, which is it's just don't do it. When you talk to a lender, if you call Juan and you talk to Juan, you tell him everything. You tell him if you pay child support, if you have a different, if you have money coming in on you tell him what you're spending. You do not want to keep something away that you have a hidden credit card payment that the bank did not find, or whatever the case is. Get under contract, and a week before closing, or 2 weeks before closing, they find that, you have this huge credit card payment, or you have these student loans that are, 300, 100, whatever, a month, that could potentially make you lose your loan.
Yeah.
So when you talk to him, just be upfront and honest. You will thank yourself down the line. Do not keep anything from the lender.
If you just got a car loan, maybe when I pull your credit, I wasn't able to see it because you just got it a week before I pull your credit, and obviously it's not going to be on the new credit report. Tell me what you got, because all that make things completely different. Any liens or judgments, a lot of people that are renting right now, or back in the day they left an apartment complex with some type of debt, and they actually went and they put it as a lien or judgment. Guess what? If it's a government loan, if you don't pay that, forget it. You're out of luck. I just run into one, and they find out they owe $40,000, man, on a. They put it on a lien because it was a medical bill. Now, don't get me wrong. Medical bills and medical collection don't affect the buying process of a house. But when you have $40,000 on a medical bill, they have the right to go ahead and put a lien on it, and they did.
Well, that's.
And they put a judgment, and guess what? It's not like you can get into a payment plan. They have to pay the $40,000. They have to have 0 balance in order to finish the process of buying the house. So guess what? That deal went south.
So that's exactly why it's important. And
don't hide it.
And we're seeing the amount of money that you're putting down on due diligence. So unless you're okay and you feel comfortable with possibly risking, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 on a due diligence,
yep,
that's up to you. But just be upfront and honest. Let's see. Meet the Prez. Is it better to build a home or an already standing home? This is so honestly, this is going to depend on how you're doing it. You know, if you're buying the land yourself and then wanting to build a home, or if you're already buying in a community where the builder is selling you a lot and you're letting that builder build that home for you. If you just go out and buy a lot in the middle of nowhere, you got to worry about plumbing, water, sewer. You got to connect, see if you can get connected to city sewer, city water. All that stuff costs money, and then obviously you got to get quotes from all these other builders and things. It's always less of a headache than buying a house that is already built. You know, but if you're wanting to build your dream home, custom home, obviously you kind of don't have a choice. Yep. Zach, so like 7.5 to 15,000 on 500K. Yeah, man.
That's such a loaded question, man.
It could be anything, man. I've reached out to sellers agents before, and I've said, hey, listen, if we offer you, $5,000 due diligence, $5,000 earnest money, is that going to get the deal done? They'll talk to the seller, say, no, that's not. We need 7, we need 8 in due diligence, and we'll get pen on paper today. Then that's what it is. But I would probably tell you, yeah, in that $500,000 price range, expect to be somewhere in there. It could be 2,000 if the house is sitting on the market for a while, $1,500 bucks. Yeah. But every situation is different, man.
I don't know what she means by dish. Hello, Sasha.
Okay, let's see. Bianca, hello, Sasha and Juan. Have you checked out Dish? If yes, how did you like it?
That?
Oh, Dish, the restaurant in Plaza Midwood.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Have you been there?
I thought she was talking about the satellite dish. I
thought it was like Dish Internet. But Bianca, I checked it out. It was awesome. Southern food, super cheap. And they recently built like a new patio in the back, which was awesome. And I actually sent some clients that were in from Texas over there. They said, we want some Southern food. So I told them to go there because we were in the area. But yeah, it was an awesome place. EC from Ohio, it would be nice to have a quick access to getting back to Ohio on I-77 to see family, considering Lake Norman, Kannapolis, Concord in that regard. Are any of these areas bad with transit or crime?
I'll tell you my experience on Lake Norman, and I've been in Concord and Kannapolis. And guys, it's a good question. There's crime, and anywhere you go in the United States, you're gonna find crime. My personal experience, I've been in the Lake Norman area, and I used to live in Charlotte too, but most of my life in Lake Norman. And I shouldn't even say this. I don't even lock my door, man. And I've been here 25 years and I never had an issue.
That's insane.
I don't even lock my car. And I'm not saying, please go ahead and do that. No, I'm like that. I get out of the house. My car is parked right now outside. It's not locked. Knock on wood, I never had an issue. There's crime everywhere, guys. But Lake Norman, north side of Charlotte, you're gonna be more than okay, man. It's a great area to live, especially for kids too, man. It's a great area.
When I was watching the O.J. Simpson thing on Netflix, one of the judges, it was a reporter, and they were like, every place is safe until it's not. That's true. It's it's kind of hit or miss.
Depends where you are and the places you visit.
Exactly.
And
when you're looking at houses, when you're writing offers, you're not writing an offer without seeing the neighborhood.
Of course.
If you're driving around the neighborhood, you see sketchy houses, sketchy activity, what you would consider like something sketchy going on, obviously, no. I wouldn't recommend you put an offer in on it. But EC, I'm from Ohio, man. I'm from Cleveland, so I drive to Ohio 2-3 times a year. It's an 8-hour drive. I literally shoot all the way up to 77. As soon as I hit Akron, then I hit the Cleveland. So you don't even need a GPS. Anybody can get down
there. Are you
here.
a Browns fan?
Of course, man. Oh, dog pound, man.
Hey, I like Maker.
Yeah, he's solid. Victor Lemus, how expensive is the rent in South Park? So
that's the nicest area. One of the nicest areas in Charlotte.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say high. I mean, I wouldn't maybe give you a number, but South Park is like, the rich people live around that area, man. That's what can I say? I will guess not less than 2,000 at least.
Yeah, so it depends on what you're looking for. You know what I mean? If you're looking for a 1-bedroom, a 2-bedroom, if you're looking for a house, I mean, you're gonna, you're probably pushing close to 3,000 depending on bedrooms, updates, and things like that. There's a couple. I mean, there's a couple, $4,000 or $5,000 a month, and those are the big
Buy a
boys
house.
that are in the couple
Buy a
millions.
house. Don't rent. Buy a house.
Bianca, have you heard of an uptick in foreclosures driven by the lifting? I'm smiling right now because, man, I wish. Have you heard of an uptick in the foreclosures driven by uplifting of CDC's moratorium on COVID payment relief? So, Bianca, I have not seen any foreclosures as of yet. As of right now, because the market is still tight, if foreclosures came to the market, they would still be sold at market value. The banks are the ones giving people loans on these houses, and they know what's going on in the market. They see the price increase. So if they foreclose on somebody's home, they're just gonna sell it at market value. They're not gonna just sell it for $50,000, $100,000 below market just because it's a foreclosure. They're gonna sell it for what it's worth, and you won't even know the difference. It'll be advertised just like a regular home. And they'll even get a realtor or a real estate company to sell it for them. And unless you look, in the description at the very bottom or somewhere mixed in, it might say this is a foreclosure sale, but there's no difference.
They also, I think I just heard today, as a matter of fact, they're extending the payment relief. They're about to, or they're proposing to extend it.
Damn. That's
So
insane.
there you go.
So with you working at Loan Depot, do you see anything?
No, I mean, I don't see any foreclosure. Again, Loan Depot is one of the lenders who decided to do to help with the payment relief.
Yeah.
But payment reliefs are not helping anybody, guys. If you currently own a house and you own a payment relief, and let's say you want to move to Charlotte to buy a house, or you actually live here in Charlotte and you own a payment relief, but you want to buy a second home, or you want to, guys, if I pull your credit and I can see you on a payment relief, you have to be up to date with all your payments in order to buy another house later. So it's really not helping people at all. Like, you have to be up to date with your, with your payments.
Yeah, the bank's not, if the bank saw you take payment relief and you weren't able to make payments a year ago, it's highly unlikely that they'll give you another loan for a new house.
Yeah.
That's just kind of what it is right now. EC Browns all the way, baby, dog pound. Zach, man, those suburbs just south of South Park are gorgeous.
Yeah. I know
Zach,
what you're
man,
talking
100% right. Man.
Yeah.
Those
are nice.
I just go there and walk around, man. Those houses are drool worthy.
Yeah,
They're nuts. They're nuts. They're stunning. Cammy, hi Sasha. In a townhouse or condo, is the subdivision responsible for the exterior maintenance of the building? So Cammy, honestly, most of them, yes, they're responsible for the exterior. If you have like a small lawn, the lawn maintenance, and some of them will cover your roof and things like that. Other ones won't though. Sometimes they'll cover most of the exterior, but when it's time to change your roof, if you're in a townhouse and you're connected to 5 or 6 people, they might do what's called an assessment. So you get together with your homeowners, you get a quote on the roof. Say it costs $30,000 for all 6 townhouses to get your roof replaced. $30,000 divided by 6. You guys can pay that money up front to fix everybody's roof, or you can do monthly installment plans. So it all just depends. That's a good question. So if you're looking at a townhouse or something like that, take that into consideration and make sure you look at the HOA bylaws and see exactly what your HOA covers and what it doesn't cover. Let's see, Meet the Press. Your thoughts on purchasing a home through a credit union? Very good question. What do you think?
That's a great question. I mean, my experience, I'm a direct lender. We're direct lenders through FHA, Fannie Mae, and Freddie Mac. Our credit unions are great, man. They have good rates. I think the only thing about credit unions are maybe, I don't think that all of them offer just 3% down payments, and the majority, and I'm not saying all of them, offer variable rates. So you get locked in a really good rate, most likely, but it's gonna be variable, some type of ARM, 7-year ARM, and then your rate could start, fluctuating from there. Most credit unions here in Charlotte that I know, they offer 10% down payment for first-time home buyers. you know, if you're a first home buyer, take advantage of an FHA loan or a conventional loan with 3% and 3.5%.
Are
But
credit
they're good.
are credit unions more strict, you would say?
Yeah, so when it comes to guidelines, they're definitely going to be more strict because they keep their loans in-house.
Oh yeah, they don't sell them off.
They don't sell off. They're small banks and they're just going to keep it in-house. So they're going to be very strict with, you know, your income and your credit and all that stuff. So meanwhile, like lenders like us, we're a little bit more flexible. I mean, we've done some things that, I mean, he's laughing because, I mean, we have pulled miracles, guys. Literally, we have pulled miracles. So, you know, if there's an issue with your loan or you feel like my credit's not here, we'll figure something out. We've done some impossible things, to be honest with you.
That's for damn sure. Let's see. Hey Ron, how are you, man? Ron said, "Made it, Sasha. Hope you got my message. Was fixing toilets at my mom's condo. Have inspection there tomorrow." So Ron's up in New York. He's selling his house and his mom's house. He's gonna be coming down here.
Oh man.
Let's see. Sophia, what about rent to own? Sophia, rent to own is great when you can find it. Right now, nobody is doing rent to own. It's extremely tough. The only time I think you might be able to find a rent to own is if you have a family friend or something that says, "Hey, I'll do a rent to own for you."
I don't want to hear blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, right now like nobody's doing it. Because when you do a rent to own, a lot of times you'll put something in the contract at the current price. You know, like, hey, once my lease is up, I'm still able to pay you $300,000 for this home. But what if after the lease is up, the home is worth $350,000? The owner's not going to sell it to you because he's going to take a loss on that. So rent to own is extremely tough to find by right now.
Risky, I will say.
James, your thoughts on Zillow and others manipulating the housing market? They are, man.
They are?
Yeah.
How? I want to know.
So,
great question.
So you go into a neighborhood. All the houses in the neighborhood sell for $400,000. Zillow goes in there, gives somebody a cash offer at $415,000. So right there, you just raise the price for a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, because that's a comp now. So they buy it and they flip it. So they bought it at $415,000. They take their 5, 6, 7% fee, and they lowball you.
Wait, so
whatever.
Zillow is buying homes now? Kind of like
OfferPad, opened all of them. Zillow buys homes, man. So then they go and relist the home at $440,000, and they sit on the market for a ton. That's why you're seeing Zillow do these price decreases, and they're losing a lot of money right now because they're decreasing house prices by $20,000, $50,000. I've even seen like $80,000.
So it makes the other homes also.
Of course, yeah. I mean, if
sense.
if your neighbor sells his house for $450,000 and you have the same house, you can list yours for $450,000. Somebody else comes and buys in the neighborhood, they buy at $460,000. Oh, well, I just got a little bit of equity. So yeah, man. I mean, they are manipulating the housing market, but they're taking a huge loss right now. I don't think this will happen. But if shit hits the fan, we wake up tomorrow morning and something's gone haywire. They are gonna lose millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars. That's why none of these companies will. They won't buy all the houses.
They can't.
Yeah, because they'll go bankrupt if anything happens. Let's see here. What do we got? Ronald, what options do we have if you rent a home on a 12-month lease, then find a home to purchase in 6 months? What are the anticipated penalties breaking that lease? So Ron, this is different for everything. Sometimes it's pre-negotiated. Sometimes they'll say, hey, if you break this lease, you need to give us a full month's rent, which, whatever that is. Sometimes it's a flat fee. They'll say, hey, you need to give us $1,000 as a penalty. Sometimes they'll say, hey, you can't break this lease. You have to continue this lease, and you have to continue to pay the rest of your lease until it's 100% up, and then you could do whatever you want. So honestly, it all just depends. Usually that stuff up front. Here, what I feel like I see a lot is they'll make you pay a month's rent or 2 months rent or something like that, like first and last month's rent to get out of it, which could be obviously, you know, $3,000, it could be $4,000, it could be $5,000. Sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it's not. Okay.
That's a question. What percentage of? Oh, never mind.
Well, yeah, let's see. What percentage of closing costs is normal around Charlotte?
I wouldn't say it's just Charlotte. And that 3%, that's a rule of thumb estimate. It's so hard to really. It's kind of like the same deal about the due diligence.
Yeah.
What do you offer? Closing costs. If you want to just take a guess, do 3% of the purchase price of the house, and that's a high number. You're gonna get a higher number. It's probably gonna be less than that, but
Always round up.
Always round up. But go for 3% because I think it's always better. I tell my clients, you know, on the home buying process, it's always better to think high numbers. So that way, at the end of everything, there's no surprises. But 3% is a good rule of thumb to go by.
Yeah, Zach. So 3% is a good rule of thumb. You'll probably be under that, but
Yeah.
just prepare for 3%. That'll be kind of, you know.
Before that, there was a question. I'm in the Southwest.
Rivergate, thoughts on this part? Southwest Rivergate. I have no idea where that is.
Oh, is that about 485 Walmart, South Tryon? Is that where it is?
It might be. I have no
Rivergate?
idea.
Meet the Press? I think, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. Is that by, you know, going towards Highland?
Highland Creek?
Yeah.
Highland Creek's over here.
No, Highland Creek. The other one over there. Steel Creek.
Steel Creek.
Steel
Oh
Creek.
yeah, maybe.
Rivergate.
I think it is over there.
Let me know. Okay.
EC, we're not bailing out Zillow. You're damn right we're not, man. You know Zillow does loans too, right?
Yeah, that's what we don't do any type of marketing with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh yeah, so yeah, by Steel Creek.
Rivergate's a good area. I mean, personally, I think it's right next to 485 shopping centers. You're 5 minutes away from all that area, Steel Creek, Target. Yeah, I think Rivergate's a great area, man.
What do you think about Steel Creek in general? You like it?
Yeah, I mean, it boomed. I mean, now you know, now it's one of those places where it got pricey too.
Yeah. Prices definitely went up over there.
Yeah, Lake Wiley area. Yeah.
It's super close to Lake Wiley.
Yeah, you're in a
Super
good area,
close to
man. I think it's a great area.
Have you been to the Palisades over there?
That's where everybody talks about it.
Palisades.
There's a neighborhood there called the Palisades that apparently is like where everybody wants to live.
It's a city. It's basically like a little city, but you got homes over there right now ranging in the, you know, probably mid 500s up to the, you know, couple million.
What?
Yeah.
In the same neighborhood?
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
That's
They're
cool.
like sections, so you got all types of builders.
Yeah.
You know, but
It's kind of like the Highland Creek neighborhood, which is another city. It has a school in it too.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
I know where.
Guys, bring in a couple. Damn, I mean, we gotta. It takes a little while to get rolling, but
Everybody asks really good questions. Man. Really good questions, guys. Really good questions.
Yeah, guys. Any other thing about lending or anything? Obviously, feel free. We got one coming in right now. As soon as this thing uploads. Ronald, how is Pineville seeing rentals and homes in that area online?
How accurate are these sites like Zillow and like when it comes to like, you know, there's a home available for rent? Is that pretty updated? Like, is it for rent or like when you call it's pretty much going to be rented?
So man, it's different. That lady that got scammed, tried to rent from you, I think was that Zillow, right?
No, that was Craigslist.
So what the scammers do, man, they go on Zillow and they copy and paste pictures, they'll post it on Craigslist. They'll, you know, Zillow is accurate to some extent, but there are ways to change stuff on there. I've seen square footages that are extremely wrong. They're off by 100 to 200 square feet. I've seen a bunch of stuff off on Zillow, but you know, it just depends. There's a lot of ways you can change stuff on there. It's not a bad website. If it's user friendly and if it's something that you like, obviously use it. I use like whatever, you know what I mean? I honestly don't like Zillow. I don't really support them too much.
Yeah.
I support other websites and things like that I think are a better platform and have more accurate information. There's just a lot of sketchy stuff on Zillow. Foreclosures is one thing. If you type in foreclosures in Charlotte, North Carolina, and you click on Zillow, it will show you hundreds.
That's
It will show you
Is that
hundreds of
accurate?
foreclosure. No,
No.
not in the slightest. A company that I know pays for that, and you call and it routes to the company, and they say, "Hey, this home is not available, but I have others that you might be interested."
it's just what it's
It's a bait and switch.
It's a base.
It's unfortunate, but that's what
Yeah.
it is. So Ron, in regards to Pineville, Ron, it depends on where in
It
Pineville you
depends.
are.
Yeah.
I don't know why sometimes Pineville gets like a bad rap for certain things.
Okay.
I think it might be because North Lake Mall, man.
You took the words. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
say it. It's because
I-
of North Lake. Not North Lake. Carolina Place.
Carolina Place Mall.
Carolina
Yeah,
Place.
sorry. So Ron, there's a mall. It's called Carolina Place. A bunch of young teenagers, delinquents go there and hang out all day.
Yeah,
That's
that's about it.
They steal. Bad stuff happens. There's been like a shooting there before. I hate to say it, but it has. So Pineville gets a little bad rap. There's a couple pockets in there which are nice. Like if you're right off of 51 or something like that, closer to because you can be in Pineville but be very close to
It's
Valentine.
Valentine and Pineville.
They basically
it's
connect.
right there, man.
Yeah, that's the
right
problem.
there. So that's the thing. Right?
I saw a house a couple weeks ago that was in Pineville. A 4-minute drive to Valentine Center City
Center
and Valentine Luxury Hotel.
Yeah.
And if you're talking about a house like that, I would move there right now, easily.
Yeah.
Because of the proximity. So it just depends on where in Valentine. And it's one of those things. Once you go into areas, you can definitely check. Zach said Pineville is kind of sketchy. Let's see, Bianca. My question regarding alternate channels to YouTube are not coming through. Bianca, you might be posting down at the bottom in the comment section. If you go to the right hand side where it says top chat, you'll have to put it in there.
Any predictions?
Let's see. Oh yeah, go ahead. Read it.
No. Any predictions or plans? This is for Adam Stenzel. Any predictions or plans for a big project in the Charlotte area that might shift housing trends? River District, for example. Anything else you heard of?
Yes, good. Very good question.
That's a great question. I mean, I think Sasha will know more about this because he needs to be up to date on what's happening in Charlotte.
So have you heard of the River District?
No, what is that?
So the River District, they by Lake Wiley, they want to build like a mixed use community. So it's gonna have commercial stores, shopping, and then they want to build like condos, townhouses, and a couple single family homes.
Nice.
So that's a huge project. So Adam, something else that is, I don't know how far off, I don't know when it's going to be pre-approved, but approved. Where the rail yard is, close to Uptown?
Yeah. Were they talking about having like some type of central parking? Is that what it is?
Yeah, so close to Uptown, we have like an abandoned almost rail yard where there's just like a bunch of
nice.
trains and train tracks over there. So what they want to do in that area, they want to make it like a central park like they have in New York, but for
I
Charlotte.
saw the sketches, man.
Yeah, so if you look that up on Google and you look at the sketches, I mean, it's insane what they want to do. They even want to build like a glass globe.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's insane.
It looks nice.
If that happens, the houses in that area, the houses they'll build around there will probably skyrocket.
Nothing is gonna come down.
Yeah, and then in Ballantyne, they're actually gonna take down Ballantyne Luxury Hotel.
Is that coming down?
Yeah, and they're talking about, it's called Ballantyne Reimagined. Same kind of thing. They're gonna build a ridiculously huge park. All around the park is gonna be shopping, stores, restaurants, walking trails, all that stuff. So Ballantyne prices are already high. They're already, to look in Ballantyne, you gotta be 500 plus, and that might not, it probably will be a move-in ready home, but the entire house has carpet. You'll have to do some stuff to it.
Coffee break.
Go ahead.
Hold on.
But so there, if they do that, the price is already expensive. They're gonna go up even higher if they do Ballantyne Reimagine, which I'm super excited about. I think it's an absolutely awesome project. Let's see, Laura, what's up? What do you think about the new community retreat at Rocky River by Century Communities? Laura, where exactly is that? At Rocky River. So Rocky River is like a main road. I don't know how long it stretches, but I've taken it for like 15 miles before. So I don't know where exactly you're talking about. If you can give me a little bit reference or something, and I'll look into it. Ron, it's okay, LOL. Still very interested in Waxhaw. Ron, man, Waxhaw's a nice place, man. Very family oriented. The houses you like, there are a good amount of houses over there. Beautiful brick houses, a good sized land. Unless you're in a place like Millbridge, which the lot sizes are like, a quarter acre or less. But you can definitely find a bunch of houses with a good amount of land. Zach Echo, more parks. Yes, sir. Charlotte has this weird thing or initiative that's going on, and they're just building a ton of parks, a ton of biking trails, and they just want more people to be outside, more people to congregate together, and more things to do, more events, more places where things can happen. So an insane amount of parks are going to be going up, and they're planting a ton of trees everywhere as well. Because there's so much building, they're knocking down an insane amount of trees, and they have an initiative for like every house that's built, like 2 trees need to be planted or something like that. So it's very interesting. Zach said, "Get me a shed by Freedom Park. Maybe we can." Juan's laughing over there. Give me a shed by Freedom Park. Maybe we can find a tool shed for $500K. Man, Freedom Park is gorgeous. When you enter, not from East Boulevard, but the other road. When you enter Freedom Park, there's these 3 houses right across the street from Freedom Park, and they all have front porches.
Yeah. Nice.
And their view is that
Oh,
huge pond. It's
There's also right by the next. But guys, you can also. I was telling Lake Norman, Cornelius has a park called Jeton Park.
What is it? Jetone?
Jeton Park. Google it. It has a little beach too where you can actually swim. You can take your dogs. It has biking trails, hiking trails. The view from that park, you can walk in. I see people hang. I go there and hang a hammock right next to the water. And
Is it a big park?
yeah, it's a huge park. And then you can see the houses, the $1 million houses on the lake. I mean, it's Jeton Park. It's a great place to go. You can barbecue, grill. It's a great place to go, man.
Definitely. Well, there's 24 people in here, so hit that like button. Start hitting that like button. Let's see.
Hey, tell them to go on my TikTok, man.
Oh yeah, guys. So Juan, what's your? So Juan has a TikTok. He's famous.
I want to go viral. Help me
Yeah.
go viral. My TikTok is @Juan the Mortgage Guy.
Yeah.
Hit me up, man. I got tons of stuff there about, how to buy your house, how to fix your credit. If you have questions about credit, by the way.
Yeah, guys. Any questions? Do you follow on TikTok or do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so follow him on TikTok and
Yeah.
all that stuff. Maybe he'll teach me some stuff and I'll start TikToking. Maybe I won't
We need
embarrass
to do a
myself
dance
too bad.
together, right?
No, I can't dance. You're Latin, man. You can.
Yeah.
Let's see. Are they building out more homes in Lake Norman, Huntersville, Kannapolis areas? Is it a growing area? That's a question for this man. I'm going to go get some more water.
Yeah.
He lives in the area, so he'll tell you. And for those of you guys that missed it, now that we got a lot more people on, Juan lives in Huntersville. He's lived in that Huntersville, Lake Norman area for 25 years.
Yep.
Any questions about that area, just ask him. He'll be able to tell you better than I can because he's living there and has been for a long time.
Yeah, they are building more homes in the Cornelius, Lake Norman area, Mooresville. Lake Norman is a big lake, man-made lake. Like Sasha said, I've been there for 25 years. My kids go to school there. I've been all over the place, different places in the United States. And the United States is beautiful, guys, but I mean, Charlotte is home. I mean, I wouldn't change it for anything, to be quite honest with you. I was telling, if you just got in here, I mean, from Lake Norman, you can drive an hour and a half to the mountains. Beautiful around this time of year. You can drive 3 hours and go to the beach. You can go to Charleston, South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, 3.5 hours from here. Or are they mostly older homes? No, they're building. No, here's the thing with new construction. They're going like this, like hot bread. They're developing new communities, but people are getting these homes way before they get built. I mean, people are betting heavily on these brand new constructions. You should join locals.com to interact with your subscribers. Oh, great. Thank you, Bianca. That's a great advice. I definitely don't know what that is, but I'm going to check it out. You know what locals.com is?
Locals.com? A dating website?
I was going to say, do you think buying a long-term investment property in the Sugar Creek area will be a good idea? Where's Sugar Creek?
Sugar Creek. So, Sugar Creek's like, it's a very long creek, so it runs through all over. So I will tell you, there's certain areas in Sugar Creek that are prone to flooding. Not a lot of people know that, but yeah, like if we have 3-4 days where it's raining, like nonstop raining.
Yeah, that's the one that gets on the news every time.
Yeah. So Sugar Creek, there's like a little bridge over there, and obviously the creek, but there's a section in there where sometimes it overflows, so it's kind of prone to flooding. But it just depends where. It's like a small section. It's not the entire Sugar Creek. But yeah, man. Alex, honestly, man, like I can't think of a ton of places that are not going to be a good investment coming if you're looking at 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's probably some areas right now which are like horrible, and people wouldn't want to live in. But in the next 10 to 15 years, it's gonna, it's gonna be worth your while.
I think like the people who hold on to the Nona area, people who lived in Nona for 10, 15 years or 20 years in Nona.
People told me it was like 10 years ago.
No, man.
It wasn't safe to like walk on the
You
street.
can't even go to Nona, man. It was a rough part of town, and now you go to Nona, is an art district, and guess what? If you want to buy a house in Nona, I mean, you're looking at the 500s and above.
So you're looking at so in Nona you're looking at 500 and above, and you're getting a house that's like 1,200 square feet.
That's it. That's true.
You know what I mean? If you look for a house that's 2,000, like a single 3-4 bedroom, man, you're 800, 900 million.
Yeah.
And in Nona, like I said, like 10 years ago, you couldn't walk the streets over there at nighttime because it was dangerous. People got robbed and all that stuff. Now it's one of the more desirable areas.
Yep.
So that's just kind of how it is. Does Indian Trail have a lot of flooding issues? Honestly, none that I know of. I've never heard anything. And guys, don't take my flooding in Sugar Creek that Charlotte floods. Like we do not flood, man. Like it's just not something that we worry about. A lot of people ask me about hurricanes too. We get a little bit of wind, we get the rain. The last hurricane that came through, I can't remember the name, but it was 86, 96. Yeah, 30 plus years ago, where something actually caused damage. We're probably we're 2.5 hours from the nearest large body of water, like the ocean.
Yeah.
So by the time it gets here, if it starts at a category 5 or ruthless, by the time it gets to us, it's died down to like a thunderstorm.
Yeah.
Hugo, there you go, 1989. There you go, EC. Let's see.
Wesley Heights. I have no idea where Wesley Heights is.
So Wesley Heights, if you're looking at Uptown from your side of town, it's right before you hit Uptown Charlotte.
Okay.
So it's like Wesley Heights, Lakewood, Biddaville, all that stuff.
Gotcha.
So Zach, what do you think of Wesley Heights? Seems to be on the same trend. Zach, 100% correct, man. Over there, all the builders, they're buying these, smaller bungalow style houses for, 300,000-400,000, and they're teardowns.
Yeah.
So their teardowns are knocking those down. They're building, townhouses that are running, 500,000-600,000, and some single family homes that are running close to $1 million. So you're exactly right, man.
No way. That's why the Rolling Stone were here yesterday.
Oh, did you see it?
No, my friends went there. He got seats right underneath the
No,
stage.
so all over like Instagram and social media,
He went there?
Mick Jagger posted a picture in front of the Thirsty Beaver in Plaza Midwood.
Oh.
And it was just like a picture, and he's like hanging out in Charlotte. And it was kind of funny because, like,
Oh my God.
yeah, I don't know if people like recognized him.
How do he walks in the street like this?
So the Thirsty Beaver Saloon is like if you're like a native to Charlotte, it's a place you go. You know where it's at? It's
Yeah.
So they built the brand new apartments
Yeah.
on both sides,
Yeah.
and the Thirsty Beaver's just
in
sitting
the
there like a
middle.
little box.
Yeah.
And but yeah, man, it's pretty awesome that he was over there. So let's see.
Oh, that's a good. Hey, AP. Are you in the military? I'm just guessing since you're in Germany. Coming in a nice area. Like, man, on the lake, like I said, Cornelius, Mooresville, North Carolina. Those are the two areas that I can think of for you to buy something. And there's really nice condos right near Lake Norman, by the way. And Sasha will drive, 4 hours to show you a house?
No. No, I can't do that. I'll drive with you around Charlotte and all that stuff. I'll spend the day with
guys,
you. But
we'll show you Charlotte. Personally, I will drive you to show you Charlotte if you want to come here and take a look at her over a weekend. And I said that live, so please.
It's recorded.
It's recorded. I came back down.
Dude, you know what I wanted to do, man? For the longest, I wanted to like, the YouTube.
Find a bunch of people here and take them on a tour.
Yeah. So the YouTube channel's not that big right now, but if there was ever a time where I can get 10 people, 10 families, or 10 or something, get them down here on the same weekend. Rent the funny bus.
Yes.
Rent the funny bus. Take everybody on a tour.
Just spinning ideas right now.
Charlotte.
Look at that.
That would be a dream. Like if you guys could give me reservation or something, like we would do that. Like that would be amazing. It'd be so fun to just meet everybody, show you around Charlotte, and have a good time.
We'll take you to the best breweries in town. We'll take care of you guys for sure. We'll have a good time. We can go to the lake.
That'll be awesome.
Downtown Charlotte has a beautiful park right next to the ballpark.
Roman Beer, yeah.
Roman Beer Park, man. I mean, there's so many places to see in Charlotte. AP, okay, an engineer. Yeah, man. Give us a call. Sasha is gonna have my contact or his contact information. He'll put you in touch with me. But plenty of places to around Lake Norman. Lake Wiley is nice too. Don't get me wrong. I prefer Lake Norman, not just because I've been there for the longest time, but it's a bigger lake.
It's a bigger
and,
lake.
and a lot more things to do. You can rent a boat, man.
Do you do that often?
I did it once, but my family, my sister's husband has one. But I did it once, man. I paid like $80, and it's so cheap, man. You can have such a good time in Lake Norman, man.
All right, let's see. Adam, have FEMA's recent changes to the flood insurance program had much impact on the Charlotte market? So, Adam, that literally just happened like a couple of days ago. But honestly, no, I do not know anybody that has flood insurance on their house. And I don't know a single person that has flood insurance.
So one of the cool things that Loan Depot has, guys, when you go under contract and I type the address, actually, if you didn't know this, I type the address of the home you're buying, our system automatically, it pops out, it says, not enough flood insurance. And it gives me a green check mark saying, hey, we don't need flood insurance. If you happen to be in one, which I tell you this, I've been doing this for 4 years. I probably remember once or twice somebody who needed flood insurance. Maybe. And that was probably in that area that you're talking about.
Sugar
and it was
Creek,
because they were behind there was a little creek.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, guys. So, guys, I'm telling you, do not worry. Do not focus on that. Like I said, I don't know anybody that has flood insurance on their house. And FEMA, actually, what you're talking about, they just voted Charlotte as one of the safest places in regards to floods.
Yeah.
Anybody that does have flood insurance or lives with a creek in their backyard, their bill just went down 35% because Charlotte's one of the safest places in regards to floods in all of North Carolina. So I honestly do not even think about that. You'll know, if you're if your house is sitting here, there's a big hill like this, and there's a big hill like this, and there's water accumulating around the house. Don't buy it.
He's not gonna let you get into.
I won't let you buy that.
Yeah. AP, I'm moving to Dom Pavia. Hey, guys, let us know when you guys are moving here.
Let's see. Ephraim, how is the area around Hopewell High School in Huntersville? Safety and
I know where that
property appreciation long term.
Yeah,
That's
so
for
guys,
Warren.
my little sister, well, it's not little, she's married, got kids, but my little sister went to Hopewell High School. That area, I can tell you, it's a beautiful area. Going down, passing the high school, beautiful houses, a lot of homes with a lot of land. Because it's like on the outskirts of Huntersville.
Nice.
So you see a lot of just homes with a lot of land. They're building a lot of communities around there. Hopewell is a good school. Football team sucks. Sorry, I gotta tell you that. But it's a great area. And again, Huntersville, it's a growing area as well. A lot of shopping, nice restaurants. Huntersville has a really nice restaurant, Exit 25, called Linked Pin. Best whole fried fish I ever had.
Linked and Pin.
Great cocktails. They have these whole fried fish. It's branzino.
With the bones in it?
Yeah. Oh, head and everything. You don't do that? Oh, come on, man.
No, I gotta pay him.
Colombian, I eat it. It's called branzino. I don't know why I'm talking about whole, but I'm talking about fried fish. It's just so good. It's a great restaurant if you guys want to check it out.
Perfect. And let's see here. I'm moving down in 2022 looking for a nice townhouse with or without garage, South Charlotte or Fort Mill, Indian Land.
That's doable.
Yeah, Don, I mean, obviously reach out to us. You can definitely find that. South Charlotte, great. Fort Mill, Indian Land, great. You just got to find something that kind of suits your needs and what you have.
Guys, I just thought about something. Whoever is on this video, this chat, if you decide to give us a chance to work with you, obviously, if I can help you with the loan process, any of you guys, we're gonna be waiving the origination fee on my end. Every lender has a fee. They call it application fee, underwriting fee, origination fee. We're gonna be waiving $1,200 off of your origination fee. What that means is, if your cash to close with down payment and closing cost was $10,000, now deduct $1,200 out of that because we're gonna help you with $1,200 off of that. So.
Well, there you guys go. You just saved $1,200 by watching.
Yeah.
So like I said, after I get done, I'm gonna put Juan's information down below so you can reach out to him, his email and his phone number. And honestly, the best thing about Juan, not only does he do good on loans, he's responsive. I text him, he texts me back.
Yeah.
He answers his phone, which is what I pride myself on. So he's amazing at that.
I'm not Boricua, I'm Colombian. Somebody said.
Who says that?
Somebody said if I was Boricua.
Oh, that's funny.
Don't Pavia, no. Hey, I don't mind it. I'll be Boricua if you want to do the loan with me.
Okay, is a 4-bedroom home with over 2,000 square feet for under 320. It's tough, man.
It's tough?
It's extremely tough. Yeah. If it's listed at 320 right now, you're going up close to 350.
350.
Honestly, I tell people all the time, right now, 3-4 bedroom, good area, good schools, good location. You want to at least have around 350. That's almost minimum. Zach, I'll see you, buddy. I'll see you soon. But yeah, at least 350 you want to have. 320's tough.
Yeah.
I was told a lot of people from my area are down there. Don Pavia.
Don Pavia.
Did she say where she's from?
Don Pavia. I'm guessing. Don, are you Boricua? You Puerto Rican?
Is that what that means?
Boricua is Puerto Rican.
I have no idea.
Oh yeah, man. Somebody's asking the budget. What's the cost of houses in Monroe? That's huge.
I visited Monroe last year and it looked like an old country area. What is Monroe like? So Russell, I mean, it's going to be a little bit cheaper out there in Monroe. It's not a bad area. Just kind of depends on what you're looking for. To be honest with you, I'm not going to say there's too much stuff to do around there.
There's a lot of cows, man. You can see some cows.
There's a lot of, you like to go cow tipping. They got a BW3, which is kind of like a highlight over there. That's pretty much it, man.
Hey, but if you're in the rural areas, and I'm not saying Monroe, but Monroe, Union County, you start seeing it's going to be considered like a rural area now. Yeah. USDA loans, 100% finance. You know, if you're one of those people who don't want to have neighbors around your area, you probably have more luck finding something with a little bit of land and,
Solid.
you know, solid.
Solid advice. Let's see. With the housing market as it is in Charlotte, what's the typical timeline from seriously looking to buy to closing? So EC, man, I made a video not too long ago about this. It's all on a case-by-case basis, man. I've had people come visit for a weekend and we've gotten them under contract on a house. And then I've had people that it takes a couple weeks, a couple months because they're waiting for that right house.
Yeah.
Literally, if you wanted to buy today, something could pop up on the market tomorrow morning and it could be the right house.
Yeah.
It's literally on a case-by-case basis, man. Just to be on the safe side, I'd probably say a couple weeks to a month to find it. Once you get under contract, 30 days to close on your house. Do you provide commercial loans for single-family houses based on LTV?
What if commercial loans?
You can't get a commercial loan for a single family.
No, if you're gonna buy a single family home, you don't need a commercial loan. I'm sorry, Alex, I don't know what you mean. Maybe you're wording the question.
Yeah, Alex, we're really not sure what you mean. You can't get a commercial loan for a single family.
Yeah. There's particular occasions where you have a house that was set up to have a business inside, like a barber shop or like a hair salon.
Oh, okay.
And you can still buy it with a regular loan. It's just the way it's set up with the county and stuff like that. But it gets more complicated. But no, I don't do commercial. You know, if you just want to buy your first home, second home, we can definitely help you with a regular loan.
Yeah, guys, and I don't do commercial either. I've had a bunch of people reach out to me asking for, you know, retail space. I send that to somebody else that I know that does commercial because I want you to be taken care of. I'm not gonna, you know, make myself look like an idiot talking about something I don't know, you know, what it is.
Don, you'll feel just like home. You know how many people from Buffalo live here in Charlotte now, man? You guys have been immigrating here for the past 20 years. Everybody's here from Buffalo, just to let you know. Nobody here's from Charlotte, by the way, right? Nobody here's from Charlotte, just to let you know.
Everybody migrating. Russell Adams, are there any houses in the $100,000 to $150,000 range? Russell, man, no.
That's a straight up answer.
No, man, I'm sorry. Ronald, both homes should be in contract and appraised by the end of the week, looking to come down after October 14th to look at some rentals. Maybe some houses, hoping you're available. Dinner's on me. Ron, sounds good, man.
Yeah.
Reach out to me. Obviously, you have my phone number. We've been in contact. Send me a text message once you have the dates locked in. We'll definitely get together and kind of see. What's your favorite thing to kind of? You and I work an insane amount. You know what I mean? Like we're always working, but like with your family and all that stuff. What's your favorite thing to do, kind of in the Huntersville, Lake Norman, Cornelius area?
Man, guys, I have a 13-year-old boy and a 3-year-old daughter, and I mean, just this past weekend on Sunday, it was just something that we decided to do randomly. And again, this is if you have a family, even if you don't have a family. We drove to downtown Charlotte. We park our cars in South End area. South End is a nice area, full of restaurants. The light rail is there, and there's full of those. How do you call those?
The scooters.
The scooters. I think every major city now that have those scooters. We took 3 of those scooters and we went all the way to the park in the middle of downtown, the ballpark park there.
Oh, the Roman Beard.
The Roman Beard Park, but it's such a good drive, right? It's such a good,
just smooth.
It's so smooth. You go through the Panthers Stadium, the football stadium. You go through the baseball stadium. Then we parked there, spent an hour at the park.
Yeah.
People in the middle of the park, picnics, laying down, couples, kids playing on the waterfalls in the park. We ate there. And then we walked to the light rail. We took the light rail back to our car and drove back home. And it was such a nice day, man. It was just perfect. People playing soccer, football in the park. Charlotte is just one of those cities, man, that since everybody's from somewhere else, everybody's so friendly here. And I'm not saying that just because people are friendly here, guys. I'm telling you, I've been up north, and I'm not. No, there's nice people up north, but people here literally are so welcoming. Anywhere you walk in. a bank, a store. First thing, how can I help you? And people are nice here. What can I say, man?
It's true, man. I noticed the difference right away. Like it's just random people talking to you. When in Ohio, it just wasn't like that. Everybody kind of mind
Their own
their
business. Yeah.
What is this? Bisante Pizza in Uptown is from here. Bisante. That must be something new. I honestly haven't heard of it. I heard there was I think that was in Plaza Mid. I heard there was a New York, like a couple from New York. That I think they're in Plaza Midwood. They opened up a pizza shop.
In New York, you get chef for being nice. Say that, James.
You got to get out of New York, James. Russell, do you help with rental property? So Russell, it honestly depends on what you're looking for, man. There's a ton of rental aspects. If you're looking at fix and flip, if you're looking to buy, rehab, rent, refinance, all that stuff. So it depends. And if you have questions about loans for a rental property, Juan can answer those for you as well.
But I think I think his question, I'm sorry, I might be wrong, but maybe he's asking me if you help find rentals for him to rent, or is it to buy?
Oh, I thought about an investment property. Russell, so I really don't do rentals, man. What I noticed is a lot of, when I first started, I did work with a couple rentals here and there. What I noticed is a lot of landlords don't like working with an agent. They like to work with, their future tenant directly. And I don't know too much about it, man. So I kind of stick with helping people buy and sell, as of this time. Brandon, hey, Sasha came down to Charlotte a couple weeks ago from DC area. You were right about the Monroe Waxhaw being out there. But we did like Fort Mill area a lot, got a better vibe in Charlotte versus Raleigh. Brandon, that's awesome, man. I wish you would have called me. We could have grabbed some coffee or a beer or something like that. But yeah, when you come back in December, like I just see your comment, definitely hit me up. We'll go from there.
We'll take it to the cool places, man.
What do you think about Charlotte versus Raleigh?
Man, I think, Brandon, that's a great. I work with realtors in the Raleigh area. Raleigh's booming as well. Raleigh's like, I think it was second best city in the country a couple of weeks ago. But it's booming because there's a lot of big high tech and big companies moving to that area. So people are moving there and they're bringing a lot of jobs. But I can tell you this, it's not as near as far. It'll get there actually, and pretty soon. But when it comes to doing more things, I will pick Charlotte 10 times out of 10. There's a lot of stuff to do now in Raleigh, but they're not there yet. When it comes to having fun, family, breweries, places to go shopping and everything, I think Charlotte will be the best option for you.
I tell people that I'm used to being in a big city, so I want to be in a big city. You do have the college teams. Obviously, you have Duke, you have the Tar Heels, which is huge. And everything like that. But I mean, when it comes, like Juan said, when it comes to things to do, restaurants, sports, let's not even talk about it. We literally have everything in Charlotte. So it just depends on what you want. If you want something that's, I'm not even going to say a little calmer, because you could be 10 minutes outside of uptown Charlotte and you could feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. But if you just don't want to be in a big city, then I guess Raleigh could be your best bet. Yeah. So it just depends. They're both booming. Yeah. I don't think you can go wrong with either or. Raleigh's great, Charlotte's great, honestly. Let's see. With so many people looking to move to the Charlotte area, in your opinion, where are the people who are selling their homes moving to? They're not moving to. They're just upgrading. There you go. Right? Yeah. So obviously people are moving. People move. There's been a lot of relocations happening since the pandemic started. A lot of businesses moving to different states and things like that. But that's another problem that we're having, is a lot of sellers aren't selling their home because they don't have a home to move into. Yeah. Because they want to stay in Charlotte. So that's one of the reasons. But that's definitely a good question. Any seller that I've worked with, they've just wanted to move to a different area. Yeah. They're empty nesters. Their kids went to college. They want to, maybe they want to downsize. Maybe they just want to move to a different area. Maybe they want to, be on the golf course or something like that. But yeah, most of the people are staying here. They're not going anywhere. Don Pavi, How was Fort Mill? I think you might be talking to somebody else.
It's a nice area.
Russell, got you. Thank you. Keep up the good work. Thank you, man. Brandon.
Guys, thank you for the questions. We really, really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, we're rocking. We're rocking now. Muhammad, Matthews or Huntersville? I cannot decide between them. I give Huntersville because of Lake Norman, but I want more reasons. What's your take between them? So
I mean, my question will be, what's your situation, Mohammed? You have kids? Are you married? Are you a single guy? What do you like to do? If you tell me if you have kids, I would tell you stay in Huntersville. That's just me. Matthews it's also nice, but you have more to do with kids in the Lake Norman area. And again, even if you want to drive to Matthews from Huntersville, I mean, it's going to take you 35 minutes, man. It's not. Everything is so connected. You know, now they open up the expressway.
I love it. It's amazing.
I have it, and people right now stuck in traffic. I'll take the expressway, and
it's a no-brainer. If you're in between 7 to 9 a.m., 4 to 7, 4 to 6, take the expressway.
Yeah,
pay the $2-3, ride the whole thing for 10, 15 miles.
Yeah.
And be home 30, 40 minutes early.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it just depends on what you're looking for. If you tell me you own a jet ski, go to Huntersville. You know what I mean? Both great areas. I do not think you can go wrong whatsoever. The Charlotte homes got basements.
Yeah.
Yes, most of them don't. I would probably say, honestly, like if I had to put a percentage on it, yeah, I'd probably say 80% don't. You know, that's just how it is.
IT jobs. Wow.
Okay, what are the IT jobs like in Charlotte? I'm a network engineer and I'm studying for cybersecurity. From what I know, they're really good.
Yeah, and we got actually one of our customers who moved from New York with an IT job here.
Yeah. So we work with somebody that moved in from New York, and he's in the IT field. He did have a pretty impressive resume and things like that, but he got a job right away. I mean, it was very easy for him. I don't know what position he had in IT, but he was in IT, but definitely.
Yeah, and one thing to remember, guys, Charlotte is considered the major banking city. I mean, the main, Bank of America, Wells Fargo is here.
Truist Bank.
The major banks are here in Charlotte. And also, there's other tech companies here that most likely you can probably get a job here.
Yeah, so we got a good amount of tech companies, but if you want to work for a bank, this is it. This is it. It goes New York City, Charlotte, San Francisco in banking. So we're number 2 in the entire country, which is nuts. Everybody in the world knows New York City and San Francisco. Not an insane amount of people know Charlotte. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. EC, feel like I should know this, but I haven't looked deeply into it. Currently working in higher education in a small college town in Ohio. What are colleges and universities in Charlotte?
I'll leave you that.
So we have UMCC. We have a very good culinary program at Johnson and Wales. Wake Forest is building like a medical center in Uptown.
Yeah.
So for people that are like pre-med and all that stuff, they're gonna have here.
Clemson is, it's not Carolina, but Clemson is just down the road.
Yeah, and then Queens College too.
Queens College has a great nursing program. They're known for their nursing and business program too.
Yeah, and then also, our community college is CPCC and
one of the best in the country.
And SPCC. Yeah. So Central Piedmont Community College and then South Piedmont Community College.
That's great.
And yes, they are different. But yeah, I hope that answers it. Let's see. Oh damn, it's already getting late, man. Yeah. Let's guys, we'll take maybe one more question if you want to put it in. Okay, plan on moving to Charlotte within a few more months. It's about to start applying. Start applying for jobs as soon as you can, man. Make sure you get that job locked in before you come down here.
Yeah, remember, all you need is a job offer letter, and with that you can get pre-approved. That's all it is.
Perfect. Cool.
You're welcome to tease.
Yeah, it's funny. People don't put like their real names. They're like nicknames.
The Spider-Man logo. What is that? Spider-Man logo?
I don't know, man.
Huntersville, Cornelius, walks David, 2 Matthews, Weddington, said, name your best with the most beautiful town.
Oh, that's for you.
Guys, Davidson is a beautiful. Davidson College.
Oh yeah,
Davidson College.
Jeez.
Davidson College. Davidson. It's a beautiful town, man. I can tell you, Davidson is great. Weddington is a beautiful town too. Waxhaw, I didn't know, but I never been to. I went to Waxhaw downtown about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's a cute little town.
You know what's cute too? Belmont.
Belmont, yeah.
Belmont is a cute little town. You guys should go to Belmont. Oh, the Whitewater Center.
Oh, Whitewater Center.
Whitewater Center, guys. If you like outdoor sports, we have a national Whitewater Center here. Olympic teams train here.
Yeah.
Hiking, biking, rock climbing, restaurant, live music.
It's awesome.
It's awesome. It's
awesome.
a great place.
Which would you say? Huntersville, Cornelius, Mooresville, Davidson, Matthews, Waxhaw.
Most beautiful town.
That's Ron, man. You're coming with the hard question.
You know that series. There was a series shot in Cinemax a couple years ago, and it was shot in downtown Mooresville.
Really?
I'll watch it too. I got hooked on it.
Is downtown Mooresville pretty big, or?
Yeah, no, it's not big. It's just a beautiful
It's just
old
yeah.
town. Benji.
It sounds familiar.
It's a Cinemax show, and it was shot all in Mooresville and downtown Waxhaw, man. So I mean, every town that you just named, Ronald, the downtowns are beautiful. It's very pretty, man.
Yeah, Ron, that's a very
It's
tough.
a tough question.
He named like
Every
all
town.
great areas. They're literally all great. You cannot if you threw a dart at a dartboard and you bought a house in any one of those areas, you'd be extremely happy.
Thank you, Bianca. Appreciate your tuning in. That's nice.
Type in your information.
Oh yeah. Type of.
Don asked for it.
Hey, we gotta do this more often, man.
Yeah, for sure, we will.
And that's my.
And I'll put your link. I'll put all your stuff in the description too. I'm gonna upload this as soon as we're done, and then I'll add all that other stuff. I have a question. What is Indian land like? I visited Charlotte in 2019. I drove through Ballantyne and it was nice. I'm tired of the DMV. So network guy Dave, my brother, he's a realtor in the DC area. So if you need something over there, he'll help you. But obviously you're moving. If you got a place to sell, reach out to me. I'll get you connected with him. People really like Indian land. The growth over there is growing like crazy. A lot of people that want to buy in Ballantyne but are just not able to, maybe money reasons or something like that, they usually gravitate towards Indian land because it's right next to Ballantyne and it's more affordable. So it's it's a great area. A lot of families go there. They like the schools and they like the proximity to Ballantyne basically. So it's a solid bet. Russell, are they going to fix up Epicenter? Yeah.
I thought they were. So they went broke, right?
So Epicenter went like bankrupt. They owe like 80 million or something.
What?
Yeah. Well, obviously it's too nice to. It's too nice to leave abandoned. So somebody's gonna buy it, and they're gonna, I don't know. They're obviously gonna turn it into probably more bars, clubs, and things like that. Yeah, they have to. It's just too nice, and it's Epicenter. Robert, is Costco big out there? I'm looking to transfer.
I just got my Costco car. First time I went shopping there a week ago. True story. Love it.
Yeah?
Dude, me and my wife, we found so many good deals. We couldn't believe it. We're gonna keep going to Costco. I'm not going anywhere else, man. The food and everything is amazing, dude. I don't know why I never went there.
Well, Robert, we have Costco's here. I don't know. I don't know if they have a headquarters or anything. I don't think so.
Right? Somewhere. Sam's. We got Sam's Club.
Yes, we have Sam's Club, Costco, BJ's. Those are like the three big ones. The high volume stuff. But I'm guessing, people talk. Yeah, I'm coming down. All right, cool. All right, guys, drop a like, drop some comments and all that good stuff. Thank you guys for coming in.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much.
All Juan's info is going to be down below. If you have any questions for me, any questions for him, feel free to reach out. And we're definitely going to do this again. So we'll catch you guys. All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye. We'll see you. I always don't know how to